Hello Shuremans, my name is Aaron, a challenger player from Europe, and on this beautiful day I am going to teach you how to never ever lose to a Z again. Begin with Dorn's Ring and rush Arm Guard as fast as possible. Don't upgrade it into the Hourglass unless necessary. If you lack the gold for it on your first bag, get a second ring and then continue as planned. Use this rune page with Flash and Ignite and Z edgelords will literally not be able to breathe, trust me. It's really hard if you play it the way I do for the Z. So before he gets level 6 he is absolutely garbage, farming with his Qs and harassing you with his poke combo. Once he sends out his shadow, be prepared to sidestep his Q and then feel free to punish him for the next 20 seconds. Keep track of his cooldowns please and the shadows. Too many people get caught off guard by them. He can have up to 2 shadows active, one from his W and one from his R. So, in lane against Z, you have 2 objectives. Objective number 1 is to slow push the wave, and the objective number 2 is to poke Z whenever he goes for CS. The moment he gets to 50% HP, and if you have all your cooldowns up, you can easily kill him. So this is how I set a slow push, only one auto attack, no more. And as long as Z doesn't touch the wave at all, I keep it this way. I just want to make sure that I push more than Z, but by the least amount as possible. One thing to note here is that I see Riven top already, and their bot lane is coming late. I know Amumu started on red buff, so I'm gonna hug the top side now, also closer to my jungler. Now Zed will want to go for his creep, I know that, so I trade with a W and then walk back chill. He goes for another minion and I hit him again, and slowly and surely he'll get low. Now this slow push also guarantees that I will hit level 2 before the Z, so I can zone him with that, he doesn't respect it and eats a lot of damage from my electrocute. Still playing close to Elise. The good thing about this is that Z doesn't have very good gank setup, so I'm not very scared of ganks at this moment. Keep the poke on, make him feel the heat, and they'll crumble. All Z players will, trust me. So right now, you can choose if you want the minion wave to bounce back, so you will stop pushing, and then you can freeze at your side when Z is so low and deny a lot of minions, or you can keep pushing and keep the pressure up. Both are fine. So Z is at 50% HP. I see that he's in my little range, he oversteps, I go for the all-in. I thought that he was dead, but the potion keeps him alive. But as you can see, if I played properly, or let's say I wanted to secure that, he would be dead there. That would mean I have 2 times more CS, he is losing a whole minion wave, and I also would have a kill on top of him. As I said, I don't have enough money for the arm guard, so I just grabbed the second Doran for extra safety. The flat HP is really nice, the mana regen is also nice, a control ward, and stack on the health potions. So now coming from the base, what I'm thinking about is I know that Amumu started on red buff, and that means that he was in bot side. He cleared the bot side, then he went top side, cleared top side, and usually if junglers don't gank at the time, they base and then they go back to bot side again because their camps are spawning. So right now I know for sure that Amumu is around bot side. Usually if the junglers start at red, they will be around the Raptors or Krugs again at this side at around 4 minutes 30 seconds. So if you want to avoid ganks, that's how you can expect that. I have a good ward in the river, so I'm not afraid of a gank. I see Amumu right now, so I'm completely safe. There's no way he can do anything. I play to the top side, so it's hard for him to gank. And I still keep zoning Z from CS. Z always has to choose if he gives up the CS or takes damage. And that's how I keep the pressure on. Again, building a massive wave. Right now what I know is that I'm going to hit level 6 before him, because he lost a wave and I have the advantage. So I'm building a big wave, so in the time when I hit level 6, I all-in him and kill him, or even just force him out of the lane, I can crash the big wave under his tower and again deny so many minions from him. Look how aggressively I'm positioning myself. I know where Amumu is, I know he's topside right now, I have good vision, and there's no way that they can gank me. Zed used his W, I just wait for him to overstep, and I go for the all-in. So when he's at 70% HP, and you are level 6, with your full combo, you can kill him, if he's not, of course, level 6. I didn't even have Ignite. Now I grab the arm guard, feeling really strong. So I know that Amumu's topside. Now when I go back to base, I will know that he will reset and he will go to his bot side. And also it's very easy to see because his red buff is spawning, so I will play accordingly. It's always important to think about the junglers. Mid lane is a 2v2 lane, it's not 1v1 lane. And if you know how to play around junglers, you will be so much more successful. So right now I don't have my ultimate, I just want to chill a bit, put some vision. If you can, you always need to put down vision first, because that allows you to play aggressively. It's always priority into vision and priority again. If you keep pushing constantly without thinking about your vision, you are gonna lose 50% more games than you should. So my bot lane just died, a bit unfortunate, but it's alright. So Zed used his shadow again to try and farm. That's how desperate he is. I see the window and I just all-in him. I know that Amumu was bot side, so there was no risk of me in doing that. Here, I really should have based, but I greeded for the plate. It's not good for my tempo. I mean, it doesn't backfire as much because I'm so strong, but just coming to buy. Okay, so Zed ults me, and if you see and notice, you should always ult Zed back to the point where he started. You always ult him to his original point. You never want to ult Zed behind you or to your tower or something. The reason why is that you will have... He can just swap back to his shadow anyway, so you're just wasting time, and you will have more places where Zed can be, teleport or appear or annoy you to worry about. So when he ults you, just ult him back to where he was. And then, if you disengage, you won the trade, because he is a champion that needs kills. If he ults, and you ult, and nothing happens, you won the trade. As you can see right now, I'm in, well, not that dangerous situation, but it's not as comfortable as I could have been if I based. I would be full HP, full mana, and all this just for a plate. It puts me in a little bit of a danger, because I'm kind of gankable now, and Zed is... He's behind, but he still has damage, right? I don't want to die and give them a shutdown. And I'm forced out of my lane anyways, because I was greeding there. And you never want to be in this situation, like with no mana or anything. If I was full HP and full mana, I can do so much more. I can pressure the lane, I can invade, I can roam. Luckily I get the blue buff here, so it's fine. But yeah, if I'm this strong and I'm forced to sit under my tower, I'm doing something wrong. So yeah, I did a mistake there. Now Zed is looking for base, and as you can see, Zed is ahead in the tempo, despite me destroying him in the lanes so hard. And that's just because I greeded and overstayed. He gets the first base, and I'm kind of like, by tempo I mean like who is ahead in the game in a sense of time. Not gold, not kills or anything, but who's like the first to make the move on the map, right? So look, I'm basing after the Zed. Now, Zed can roam. and I can only follow, and that's what I call tempo. Now I just continue to normally, the only deviation from the standard build is the arm guard, but I will still go for the Nashers. As you can see, Zed made a roam in bot lane, and that's just because of the tempo. If I played properly, he can never leave the lane. Now he didn't really get anything, but in a different game, in a different scenario, maybe my bot lane dies and it's a double kill, so it's a big thing. I see Zed coming back to lane. I'm so strong at this point, I'm not afraid of anything. Even if a Mumu comes mid, I'm not really scared. I put a soldier behind myself because I know Amumu is around, and by doing this I can always E to it and have an escape path ready. Also, by spawning a lot of soldiers, you get the attack speed buff from your W and you can kill towers much faster. So if you have a blue buff and mana is not a problem, you can easily do that. Again, I put the soldier behind me. I'm getting so fed from the platings. I already got 3. I will get the 4th one very soon. And I didn't really do anything fancy this game, right? I didn't do some insane outplays or anything. I just set up a slow push, and if you tell me that you can't auto-attack a wave, then that's unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure that no matter what elo you are, you can do what I did. And with some practice, it will be real easy. So again, I get a bit greedy for the tower here. Thanks God I'm Azir, so I escape, but yeah, the greed is costing me a lot this game. I could have played this so much cleaner. Now, this Zed is a Diamond 3 Zed player, so it's not like he is a terrible player by any means. And even if he was a challenger player, the result would be the same. He would lose a bit less, but he would still lose in this way. So I'm absolutely certain you can use it in your rank as well. Zed ults here. I just wall him, make sure that Elise doesn't die. At this point, he is super desperate. He even has to build magic resist against Azir. If you see an enemy build Emrez against Azir, like a champion that is not really trying to kill you in the lane, you know that you're winning so hard. So I get the first tower blood gold. Actually, no, I don't. But it's fine. I'm still way too strong. I don't decide to put the tower here because I'm not really gonna do anything with it, so it's just waste of a cooldown. Grabbing my Nashor's Tooth, I also went for the Zonia because I didn't have a space to build other things, so yeah. But honestly, I didn't have to. I should have bought boots. I think I forgot about boots this game. So right now, I see people mid, I see people bot. Nobody's coming top. You usually, after the laning phase is over, you want to be in a side lane so you can get solo XP, but people are forcing fights here, so I'm forced to go mid anyways. I W, I go in for the shuffle when they have no cooldowns. I'm way too strong. I know that there's no way I lose this fight. I still have the Zonia to feel safe. Now I go into a solo lane. As I said before, I want to farm without any of my teammates being close and taking my XP and gold. I want to keep growing my lead and just make sure that I have items for a team fight. Now I can either, once I push the wave, that's when I can rotate and look for some objectives, but there are not really any objectives. Like the Drake is down, the Herald is too far because I'm bot lane. Ideally, I would be top lane right now. Let's say we would be playing in higher elo. You want the mid laner to be closest to the objective that you should play around, which right now is the Rift Herald. But Sion already went top. If I go top, we will be just losing bot lane farm and sharing XP. So this is like bad, but it's not as bad as if I went top. It's kind of Sion's fault. Nothing I could do about it though. I go for a bit of a deep play here. I know I have the Zhonya, so it's not that scary. But I eat the hook here. Honestly, this play was too forced. I shouldn't have done it. The thing about Azir is that, you know, you feel like the playmaking champion. You can do so many different things. But the truth is, if you play Azir cleanly, if you just stay back and safe and try to win the game slowly, that's the best approach. Trying to go all in like this when you are such a squishy bird is not the best idea, and it's pretty risky. I had so many games where I could just play in the backline, win team fights, but I went for the play, for the montage play, and lost us the game, even though I was so fed. Now after I farm this wave, I can decide if I want to go for the bot tower, but honestly what I should do is to group with my team and siege mid together. Now, when I say that you want to be in the side lane, you don't want to like split push forever, you just want to grab the farm, and then ideally you go group and help your team, because Azir is a team fighter. Azir is so much better when he has Peel and he has teammates around him. But this game is such a stomp that I can just do this, and it doesn't matter. We already have the bot lane inhibitor, so there's no reason to go there. We should secure the area around Baron. What I should do now is help my team push mid, then we should go for Baron vision, and then I split push in the top lane. But instead, I decide to stick with my team, which is also fine. I have no idea what we are actually doing. I don't even know how useful it is when I'm explaining these things, because then you will have the wrong expectations in lower elos. I see Amumu in the jungle, I catch him up, I make sure that I'm out of range, just keep auto attack him. Nothing really fancy, but the thing is, we have bot inhib and their jungler is dead, so it's very easy to start the Baron. Yeah, electrocute baby. So 2 inhibs are down, there's only one lane to go to right now, and that's top lane. Riven is pretty overextended, and I'm honestly really strong. Ooh, well, it happens to the best. She missed her Q as well. At least I Zhonya's her ultimate, so I survive. We are so strong, and there's really no way they can come and contest. If they come to us, we kill them. If they don't come, we get Baron, and we end the game with the inhibs they have down, right? So we are just getting the top wave. I'm just sitting here waiting for someone to come. I see a Thresh, but I also see the Zed and Riven in the mid lane. I tried to catch her, but I made a mistake of auto-attacking her from the Bryce, so she had vision on me before I jumped on her. I should have jumped on her immediately, and then we would get her with my shuffle, guaranteeing the Baron. But still, we won the fight, even though it wasn't a fight, but they were also forced back, and Sion made a huge wave in the bot lane. We can start the Baron very easily now. I approach the fight from behind, I just wait the TP, play with my range. I try to go into the fight, but Jhin tries to catch me off or something. There's no way he could have done anything. Even though my team dies, it's alright. I'll just make sure to stop the bases, and Sion can end the game. That's about it for Azir vs Zed. I'm pretty confident that you're ready to smack some Zeds in solo queue. If I was helpful and you want me to do more videos, please subscribe and like. Comment down below on what topics you want me to cover next. Maybe Azir vs Fizz, or Azir vs Yasuo, maybe different champion, boarding, trading, whatever. And by the way, why don't you come and hang out with me on my fun educational stream? Yes, I did pull that word out of my ass. It means fun plus education. Makes sense, doesn't it? Anyways, thanks you for watching and see you next time.
Join me and be elevated.